Bonjour and welcome to the Paris International Film Festival. My name is Charlène Marrié and I'm the filmmaker's liaison. Today I will be hosting a Q&A with the talented producer actress Cyrine Jarretti for her short film Patient 27. So today I have a few questions for you, Cyrine. To start with, I was wondering, for those who haven't seen the film yet, how would you describe it and what is the message behind it?
Well, this short film was an idea from the scriptwriter called Sarah Brown. It's a piece of her life that she wrote as a woman. She lived like several abuses with men during her life, and she wanted to share it with other women or men that don't know how to speak about it. You know, sometimes it's not always physical. When you are under abuses and manipulations that are mental, it's extremely difficult to see that you are actually living it, you know, because you're inside the circle. And she is also in love with poetry, art, you know, like paintings. So she wanted to give this short film a picture of, you know, she didn't want it to be dramatic. So the question was, how do you explain and tell your story, such a story, and make it more like a piece of art, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was
So
definitely
that's what
more
the short film
art.
about.
Yeah, it was much more, yeah, art film kind of style. And it's true, you
Yeah,
don't have to show the abuse physically to understand the pain. And I thought it
yeah.
was really portrayed for so beautifully in that film. So yeah, like you can definitely feel the message come through very strongly. Also, yeah, so you were acting and you produced as well.
Yes.
So, could you explain your, like, how it went, the process and your roles in the film?
So I'm gonna tell you the story, which is quite kind of crazy. Is that Sarah? Well, my father used to be really sick, and so I had to change my house and went to live in an apartment in an emergency in Silver Lake in California, in Los Angeles. And Sarah was a person that Alejandro, that the guy that is playing the other actor, the doctor, actually in the short film, contacted Sarah. So we lived with Sarah in the beginning there before we got into our apartment.
Mhm.
We get along really, really well with Sarah, and I mean, she became like family really quick. You know, this kind of like
Yeah.
of feelings you have, like instant feelings. It's like, wow, this person, I feel like I've met her, like I've known her all my
Mhm.
life, you know.
Yeah.
And so um, she starts talking about this short film that she wrote, and she's like, I would like to produce it, I would like to make it. And she's like, Serena, you need to be me, you need to be the lead actress in this short film. And I'm like, you know, it's like you're having a glass of wine in the evening, and you're like, yes, of course. um,
Okay, we're gonna do this project now. Okay.
no, but it happened like this. And
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
well, I don't know if, well, I'm sure Sarah won't be mad at me, but at that time, Sarah was drinking a lot of wine. Like when
Mhm.
I'm saying a lot of wine, it was like, it was a, a special moment in her life.
Mhm.
And basically, I wasn't a producer at the moment when I met her. I was in the beginning of learning producing, you know.
Mhm. Okay.
But so basically, we shoot the movie. I brought on board Alex Merkin, the director.
Yeah.
And well, pretty much we all brought our rock, you know, to build this pyramid, you know, to make this movie. And so that's how it happened, you know. And
Like
I
a big
finished.
family come together and make this movie together.
Yeah, and then you look at all what you've done and you're like, okay, I became a producer on this project.
That's true.
So
That's so
wonderful.
true.
Because
Mhm.
we lost, I mean, I lost Sarah in the middle of the project, because, you know, like sometimes when you put so much effort and
Mm.
energies, and it was her, like kind of her story, you know. So
Uh-huh.
I mean, you get really emotional, it's
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah. For sure.
Sometimes you need the person right next to you to take the lead.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Mhm.
Because her project moved me so much.
Well, you showed it very beautifully. It really came through. Like, I'm sure she's very proud of you and your performance. And
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, the acting was like, it was so good. And that's why I want to ask you as well, like, what inspired you? Well, I mean, you did respond to this, but if you could go more in depth, what inspired you to take the role of Isis and what attracted you to the character?
Okay, so first of all, I'm a person that fights every day. My life values are about human rights, and I'm also a feminist because I feel like there is so many women that fought for our rights, and it's also our engagements as human being on this planet to fight as much as we can, little by little, every day, by sticking to what these people have done for us, you know.
Yeah.
So this project was extremely meaningful for me when I read and heard also the story of Sarah. I was like, this is a beautiful character and story to carry, and especially when you're an aspiring actress or when you're passionate about the cinema, you know, the movie industry. Like, I feel it's stories that are good to carry on and to share, you know.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good message to send to all women. And also women who are in a situation like this and who are too afraid to speak out as well. I feel like films like this can really move people and make them want to take action as well.
Yeah, there's so many people actually who live in silence, you know.
Yeah.
Who live in silence, who don't even realize that they might be living this situation, you know.
Yeah.
So that might give them perspective to what they're living, actually, you know.
That's so true, yeah. And then there's as like the patient falls in love with the doctor, it's kind of the same thing. It's what's it called? Stockholm syndrome as well. Like you fall in love with your captor, and I mean it's not a good thing, but you don't realize it that you're in that situation. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's very psychological. And yeah, so I want to focusing more on your acting as well. I wanted to ask, like, how do you act? Is it you draw on past experience? You do method acting? Like, what's your approach to it? And also, like, you were talking French and English, so bilingual character. How did that feel?
Okay, so this is actually funny. You know, you remember the monologue that's in French? Well, it wasn't in French.
Okay.
I wrote it not the day, the night before we shoot. I rewrite entirely this monologue in French, and I learn it through the night, and I wake up. Well, I wake up. I didn't sleep much that night, but the moment I wake up, I go on set, and well, the monologue is in French, you know, and I called the director before and I'm like, okay, do you mind if I change the monologue? And he's like, Serene, you know how long is the monologue? I'm like, yes, of course. And but I'm like, I feel it in French. That's how I feel it. And so I translated the monologue in French with some words that I changed, and it was just incredible. And well, I don't have any methods. I just, you know, I'm inspired by the character, by the story, and I just go with it, you know, like if I am the character, because I am the character when I do it, you know, when I'm on this project, I am the character. So I just go with the feelings of how would the character be, you know, in that moment, in that particular moment. So that's what I do. No method.
Okay. So you don't like, do you research about the character? You really try to, like, beforehand, you do a lot of practice research, or is it just in the moment you feel the character and then once the camera cuts, you're just back to Serene? Or do you still in the moment, the character?
I'm a good student about, I would say, on how I would study the script, you know. I don't necessarily stick to the script like exactly, you know, on how it is written. I go more with the feelings, but I hate when an actor, you know, come on set and didn't work on the script and you feel it. So that's something I'm trying to avoid as much as I can. But I also keep a part of of freedom, of liberty for me, where I can express the character
Mm.
as much as I want, you know,
Yeah.
because, for example, for Isis in Patient 27, I didn't have to make researches about the character because I was just getting inspired by Sarah's story
Yeah.
and other stories that I've heard or read, or you can see like in the press medias of other women that have
Yeah.
spoken, you know. So that was most of it, you know. But I would say like each project is different and requires, I think that's our job. It requires like a great adaptation, you know, on depending on the field where you're playing, you know.
That's for sure. Yeah, you can do, I mean, there's so many different genres. Yeah, comedy, drama, everything. So it's true. Yeah. According to
Yeah.
the script and the character, then you adapt. Um, so also, yeah, I wanted to ask you, how do you think the audience will connect with your character? And I mean, as now it's a very relevant topic, you know, domestic violence, as we talked about, and abuse. How do you think the audience, yeah, will react to the character and to the film?
So what's have been extremely surprising for me, and it's where I'm happy because we have so much to learn about each other, is that, you know, of course, like I asked some people from the industry to watch it
Hmm.
before to get their opinion.
Yeah.
People that have worked for a really long time in the movie industry,
Hmm.
men and women. Uh, Men were extremely moved by both characters and the story and loved it. Women as well.
Yeah.
It's just that the reaction of men were extremely surprising because they really got into the character of Isis and what she was going through.
Hmm.
And also, you know how like the picture of the short film is, it's like boudoir noir, you know, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Hmm.
noir. And you also feel like you're kind of in a world of like, I think of Tim Burton, you know, where
Yeah.
it's really dark, but the
Yeah.
picture is extremely beautiful as well. So it makes you travel and go through feelings like when you were a kid, I feel like,
Hmm.
because we didn't turn it into something dramatic, you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
It's like
So
romanticized in a way, I feel.
yes, and you know, people, because we didn't make it, I feel like difficult,
Hmm.
people get it. And I mean, the script, the dialogues, everything is not, it's completely like, I would say crazy, you know, it doesn't make sense
Yeah.
for like, that's not how we react with each other in a daily basis,
Hmm.
but people understand it.
Yeah.
So when people understand, it means the message went through, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the most important. And well, we are lucky because we don't have people that told us, wow, we didn't like it, it was not good.
Hmm.
Like we get reactions of people that some are trying to understand, some
Yeah.
understood, some were in shock. So but when there is reactions, it means that it's good, you
Sign.
catch the audience.
Yes, yeah, for sure. And I feel like, yeah, the way it's shot and everything, I feel like it can really reach a larger audience because if you show the actual physical abuse or even, you know, all the abuse and everything, I feel like it would be harder to show to people. But I think this
Yes.
is very, yeah, it's all like in your head and yeah, definitely reaches a large audience and I think it can make a really big impact as well.
Yeah, and you know, when you speak about the physical violence, is that it's been shown in a way that's very intelligent for
Yeah.
me. It's very smart because it's suggested.
Yes, yeah.
It's not aggressive,
Yeah.
and that's what I appreciated from Sarah and the director, and of course all the people that have worked on this on the short film of Patient 27, is that they had this intelligence
Yeah.
and sensitivity of showing difficult things in a very simple way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
get
that's
what you mean. I
what
think it's
makes them
very smart.
brilliant. They
Yeah,
are brilliant. I was just
that's good writing. That's really good writing. Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, yeah, for sure. I feel there's so many subtleties and yeah, just the way it shows, it doesn't make me feel disgusted. It's actually very intriguing. It makes you want to like try to understand more. And actually, I feel like watching it, you know, a few more times, you can really like get more out of it. And I think, yeah, it's definitely recommended. So in terms of yourself as an actress, do you have any future projects coming up? Like, I don't know.
Yes,
But yeah.
I do. I do. I have actually, I'm working with Jenna Suru
Yeah.
on a TV show about a woman that is a chef
Hmm.
in a very big palace in a restaurant in Paris.
Okay, that's so cool.
And it's going to be called 4 étoiles, 4 stars.
Hmm.
The reason why, well, we met with Jenna in a cafe, and I started to speak about this project, and she, you know, Jenna is just full of life and a
Yeah.
wonderful person, and she's
Working
just
on
like,
project. Yeah.
yes, she's like, yes, I see it, you know, like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So the project started like this, and well, we have the pilot now. I'm also doing like working in the production side right now to
Yeah.
raise the budget for the pilot,
Mhm.
and then we're gonna try to sell it to big online platforms, you know.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That sounds really exciting. I'm really, well, I
So
love
we have a lot
to
of
see it.
things right
So,
now. Cooking, it's cooking.
so cool. And then in terms of patient 27, sorry, is there like what's the future for it? Future path?
You know, that's how I went from the beginning with this project, is that I don't make plans
Okay.
with it. I, you know, why I'm so excited to be on on board in this adventure with the Paris International Film Festival is that we're going to meet amazing people that work in the industry, and just the fact that we can exchange about our different projects, it's already a gift
Mm-mm.
for me, for the team, for everyone. And if this project needs to become a feature, it
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, I think it should. Like it needs
Yeah.
to get out there and then distribute to big cinemas so everyone can get the message.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, it was a really, really great film. Like I really liked it. Is there anything you'd like to add about it or about yourself as an actress in general?
Well, I can say that, you know, when you get the opportunity to speak out for others, doesn't matter if you're an actress or whatever is your job, you know, if you get this, because this is an opportunity, if you can do it for others, and that sometimes you feel frustrated in your life, or you would like to do things, even if it's little, you
Mhm.
know, do it. Like I just want to say to people, like, don't fear to speak out, even if it's not for yourself.
Mhm.
You do it for someone out there in the world, so that's the most important.
That's so nice. That's a really good message to give out to the world. So, yeah, I'd just like to thank you so much for your time. And again, congratulations on your selection.
Thank
We're
you.
so happy to have you at the festival. Really excited to see you there. And please go check out Patient 27 on the bottom right of the virtual screen in the cinema. And also, Serene, could you let us know, is there a way we can support the project and you as well? Is there any like social media you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is, it's pretty simple. There is my main page on Instagram where people can just reach out to me. I always like to take time to exchange with people. And if they're interested in supporting this project to make it a feature, or if they have other ideas, you know, it can be also an art exhibit, like with pictures of the movie, where you just show, like, you know, what we were talking about, the physical and mental abuses. So I'm always open to many ideas, so people can just reach out directly to me on social medias, and I will take my time to answer to them with pleasure.
Okay, so and your social media is just your name?
It's my name, Charlène Marrié.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much again, and I'll see you soon at the festival.